The night settled, bringing forth a quiet, good night from one, swiftly reciprocated by the other. The morning broke with an immediate observation from one. Look at the snow, it's falling so beautifully. The other agreed, noting, the flakes are huge. A moment later, a sense of awe. Whoa, it's coming down hard. One of them quipped. I turned into a snowman in 2 minutes. Later, during a task, one inquired, which color do you want? The reply was concise. That one. Instructions followed. Hold it there. Let's check the size. A moment of confusion was expressed with, weird. Before a definitive, alright, more instructions. Bring that one too. A clarification was made. No, we're gonna stick them together. Leading to the realization, oh then that won't work. A casual observation was made. Did you see outside? The response was positive. Looks nice. Then, a surprising comment on the weather. Oh, it's warm. However, the persistent snowfall was noted. The snow hasn't stopped for a second since morning. A hopeful question was posed. Do you think we can sit outside? The answer was cautiously optimistic. It's snowing lightly now. We could sit out, why not? A description of the weather followed. It's not cold, but it's snowing. A close call was acknowledged. That was close. The reply, yeah, pleased with a recent effort. One remarked, it turned out so nice. The other added, you made it completely flat. The creator agreed, yeah, I smoothed it out well. A simple invitation. Look, then, a sudden decision. I'm going inside. A bewildered query. Why? The reason was clear. It's freezing, and the weather persisted, and it's still snowing. Thoughts turned to entertainment. The movie's good too. The suggestion followed. Let's watch from inside. Agreement came. All right then. A practical point was made. You can hear it from here anyway. The comfort was appealing. Let's sit inside. All warm and cozy. A request was made. Hand me that paracord. A gift was presented. Here, a gift for you. Gratitude was expressed. Thank you. The giver offered. Enjoy it. The recipient replied, thanks. And she, appreciative comment. Looks really nice. A plan was shared. I'll put on this on the other side. More. Thanks. Thanks for the gift. Question about comfort was posed. Is it comfy? The answer was stark. Ice cold. The cold affected their gear. The sleeping bags are freezing. The weather continued its relentless pace. The snow is picking up again. The other corrected. It never even stopped. As the day ended, familiar goodbyes were exchanged. Good night. Good night. The next morning, the ritual began anew. Good morning. Good morning. A surprising observation was made. It's so hot. The other concurred. Yeah, really hot. A humorous comment was made about a snack. Did you dream about bananas or something? You're eating one first thing in the morning. The simple reason, I'm hungry. The beauty of the winter morning was observed. Oh, it's snowing so beautifully. Then a daring idea sparked. I could jump in that water. It looks deep here, see? Encouragement came. You can go in right from here. A spot was pinpointed. Yeah, this spot here, from here to there. The depth was estimated. It'd come up to my knees. Then a bold thought. If I squat, I'd be completely underwater. The allure of the cold was strong. Man, that would be amazing. Freezing cold water. A note of caution was offered. It's really cold though. You sure? The response was firm. Cold water is good. After the plunge, a question about the experience. How was it? Must have felt great. The enthusiastic reply. It was amazing. A hint of regret surfaced. Actually, I should have fully gone in. A challenge was issued. Then do it. Jump in with your clothes on. We're heading home anyway. A moment of consideration. Should I? The urging continued. Go on. A practical request preceded the action. First, give me that. Let's just save the mic. A burst of laughter followed. Ah, that was hilarious. The soft murmur of good night had just faded into the crisp, quiet air of the winter night. The first voice, a deep, comforting rumble, was met with a lighter, equally content reply. The day's activities, whatever they might have been, were now settling into the peaceful expectation of sleep. Outside their cozy, perhaps temporary shelter, the world was beginning its transformation. But sleep was briefly interrupted by a sudden gasp of delight. Look at the snow. It's falling so beautifully. The second voice exclaimed, full of childlike wonder. They must have been near a window or an opening, because the first voice, equally captivated, observed, the flakes are huge. These weren't the tiny, almost invisible specks that sometimes drifted down. These were large, distinct crystals, each a marvel of nature's artistry. The gentle snowfall quickly intensified. Whoa, it's coming down hard, the first voice noted, a hint of awe and perhaps a touch of disbelief in their tone. The speed with which the landscape was changing was astonishing. It wasn't long before the second voice, likely having ventured out or simply leaned too far, declared with a chuckle, I turned into a snowman in 2 minutes. The cold, it seemed, was both immediate and transformative. The next segment of their interaction shifted to a task, perhaps an indoor activity, given the rapidly accumulating snow outside. It began with a practical question, which color do you want? Indicating a choice to be made, perhaps for a craft, a game piece, or an item they were preparing. The answer was direct and immediate. That one. No hesitation, no lengthy deliberation. Following this, a request to facilitate the task. Hold it there. Let's check the size. This suggested precision was needed. A careful measurement or fitting. A moment of confusion followed. Weird. The first voice mused, encountering something unexpected. But the small snag was quickly overcome, with the second voice declaring, all right, signaling they were ready to proceed. Another instruction came. Bring that one too, implying multiple items were involved. However, the subsequent clarification revealed a misunderstanding. No, we're gonna stick them together. The second voice corrected, explaining the intended purpose. The first voice immediately understood the implication of their prior choice or action. Oh, then that won't work. It was a small moment of collaboration, of working through a shared project, even if it was just selecting items. Later, a break in their activity, or perhaps a lull in the conversation, led to a question about the outside world again. Did you see outside? One asked, perhaps sensing a change, or simply wanting to share the ongoing spectacle. The response was appreciative. Looks nice. The accumulating snow was clearly transforming their surroundings into a picturesque winter wonderland. A surprising comment followed. Oh, it's warm. This might have been due to a temporary break in the wind, or perhaps the psychological warmth that comes from witnessing such beauty from a cozy vantage point. Yet, the relentless nature of the snowfall was undeniable. The snow hasn't stopped for a second since morning. A hopeful thought emerged. Do you think we can sit outside? One mused, drawn by the serene beauty. The other considered it, weighing the conditions. It's snowing lightly now. We could sit out, why not? A tentative agreement, recognizing the beauty despite the chill. The weather was described precisely. It's not cold, but it's snowing. A fine line, where the temperature wasn't biting, but the continuous flakes still added a cooling effect. A brief shared moment of tension or surprise. That was close. The simple acknowledgement, yeah, confirmed they both understood what had almost happened. Perhaps a near slip or a falling branch. Their efforts, whatever they were, yielded a satisfying result. It turned out so nice. one proudly stated. The other added a specific compliment. You made it completely flat. The first voice accepted the praise. Yeah, I smoothed it out well. It was a moment of shared accomplishment, a small victory in their day. Look, one simply invited, drawing the other's attention to their creation. Perhaps a perfectly leveled patch of snow, or a new structure. But the appeal of the outdoors was fading. I'm going inside, one announced, the allure of the winter scene giving way to the reality of the cold. Why? The other asked, perhaps still content, or simply surprised by the sudden decision. The reason was undeniable. It's freezing. And the weather hadn't let up. And it's still snowing. The romance of the snow could only last so long against the biting cold. The conversation shifted to indoor comforts. The movie's good too, one offered, suggesting an alternative activity. The other readily agreed. Let's watch from inside. The decision was made. All right then. The soundscape outside was still appealing, even from warmth. You can hear it from here anyway, one pointed out, the soft hush of the falling snow still audible. The ultimate comfort was their goal. Let's sit inside all warm and cozy. A small request was made, breaking the comfortable silence. Hand me that paracord. A moment later, a thoughtful gesture. Here, a gift for you. The recipient was genuinely touched. Thank you. The giver offered a warm sentiment. Enjoy it. The thanks were reiterated thanks. An appreciative comment followed. Looks really nice. Examining the gift. A plan for its use was voiced. I'll put on this on the other side. The gratitude was sincere and repeated. Thanks for the gift. Later, a practical question about comfort, likely related to their sleeping arrangements. Is it comfy? The answer was blunt, a stark reminder of the persistent cold. Ice cold. The cold had seeped into everything. The sleeping bags are freezing. The weather continued its relentless assault. The snow is picking up again. A correction was offered, emphasizing the continuous nature of the snowfall. It never even stopped. As the day truly ended, the familiar goodbyes were exchanged once more. A comforting ritual. Good night. Good night. The next morning, the ritual of greeting began again. Good morning. Good morning. But the conditions had drastically shifted. It's so hot, one exclaimed, a stark contrast to the previous night's chill. The other confirmed. Yeah, really hot. It was an unexpected turn. A clear shift in their environment. A humorous observation was made about breakfast habits. Did you dream about bananas or something? You're eating one first thing in the morning. The simple universal reason was offered. I'm hungry. Despite the sudden warmth, the beauty of the winter morning persisted. Oh, it's snowing so beautifully, one observed. The quiet descent of flakes still captivating. Their gaze shifted to the nearby water. An adventurous spark ignited. I could jump in that water. It looks deep here, see? A challenge, a sudden impulse, a desire to experience the extremes. The other encouraged the idea. You can go in right from here. The first voice assessed the potential entry point. Yeah, this spot here, from here to there, they mused, mapping out the trajectory. The depth was estimated with a bit of a grimace, or perhaps anticipation. It had come up to my knees. Then, a bold, more immersive thought. If I squat, I'd be completely underwater. The idea was exhilarating, bordering on audacious. Man, that would be amazing. Freezing cold water. The sheer thrill of it, the shock to the system, was clearly appealing. The other, however, remained grounded in reality. It's really cold though. You sure? A note of caution, a check on the enthusiasm. But the first voice was undeterred, a firm believer in the benefits of such an experience. Cold water is good. Moments later, after the impulsive plunge, the first voice emerged, gasping, perhaps dripping, but undeniably invigorated. How was it? Must have felt great, the other asked, a smile undoubtedly playing on their lips. The answer was enthusiastic, triumphant even. It was amazing. There was, however, a lingering regret, a sense of having held back. Actually, I should have fully gone in. The other, sensing an opportunity for further amusement and a memorable moment, seized the chance. Then do it. Jump in with your clothes on. We're heading home anyway. It was a perfect storm of circumstances. The dare, the fleeting moment, and the impending departure that rendered concerns about wet clothes irrelevant. A moment of genuine internal debate followed. Should I? The question hung in the air, a blend of apprehension and excitement. The encouragement was immediate and firm. Go on. But before the plunge, a crucial, practical request was made. First, give me that, and the reason was clarified. Let's just save the mic. A small, vital piece of equipment needed rescuing before the inevitable splash. Then, the sound of water, a frantic splash, and a burst of laughter that echoed across the snowy landscape. Oh, that was hilarious, the second voice exclaimed, clearly having enjoyed the spectacle immensely. It was a perfect, spontaneous ending to their winter adventure, a memory etched in the cold, clear air. The icy plunge, the shared laughter, the simple joy of living fully in the moment, all before the journey home.